It's What I Like About Living in Newcastle by Brittany Bennett, November 19th, 1996. Rax is in there. She would have been, what, 10?
This one wasn't turn your hat.
Huh?
This one wasn't turn your hat.
Hey, do we need to bring, I think that's in there too, actually. Do we need to bring dessert?
You should have seen her with that gavel, man. It was impressive.
Butch asked me, I said, we'll be all right. Can't make it.
Everyone rise, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Respectfully, please in prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we just come before you this evening, and we thank you for your many blessings. We thank you for the great weather we had today, and we ask for more of that. And Lord, I just ask you to be with our city and be with our councils. We go about the business of the city and protect all of our citizens and all of our workers. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Accept a second on that good weather. Newcastle City Council meeting Monday, May 6, 2019 comes to order. Roll call, please.
Mary Brington.
Here.
Jeff Hancock.
Here.
Jerry Walden.
Here.
Aaron Dickens.
Here.
Mark Hoger.
Here.
Lynn Purdue.
Here.
Rick Beckman.
Here.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes from the former meeting?
I move we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Mary Brington.
Abstain.
Jeff Hancock.
Aye.
Jerry Walden.
Aye.
Aaron Dickens.
Aye.
Mark Hoger.
Abstain.
Lynn Purdue.
Aye.
Rick Beckman.
Aye.
Motion carries 5 to 2 abstain to 0, 5 to 0. Mr. President, I turn this meeting over to you.
Thanks, Mayor. Resolution 0506-2019, resolution authorizing the filing of an application for a grant under Section 5311 of Federal Transit Act as amended for calendar year 2020. Whereas the U.S. Department of Transportation is authorized to make grants to states through the Federal Transit Administration, FTA, to support capital and operating assistance projects for non-urbanized public transportation systems under Section 3511 and FTA Act of 1964 as amended, whereas the Public Transit Section, the Indiana Department of Transportation, has been designated by the governor to make Section 5311 grants for public transportation projects, whereas the contract for financial assistance will impose certain obligations upon the applicant, including the provisions by it of the local share of project costs. Now therefore be resolved by the Common Council of the City of Newcastle, Indiana, 1, that Mayor Greg York is authorized to execute and file an application on behalf of the City of Newcastle with NDOT to aid in the financing of transit assistance projects pursuant to Section 5311 of Federal Transit Act as amended. 2, that Mayor Greg York is authorized to furnish such additional information as NDOT may require in connection with the application. And 3, that Mayor Greg York is authorized to execute grant contract agreement on behalf of the City of Newcastle, Indiana, approved the 6th day of May 2019. This is a resolution that we've done in the past, just a new year. Is that correct, Brittany?
Yes, correct.
I move that we accept that.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mary Brington.
Aye.
Jeff Hancock.
Aye.
Jerry Walden.
Aye.
Aaron Dickens.
Aye.
Mark Hoger.
Aye.
Lynn Purdue.
Aye.
Rick Beckman.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Concludes ordinances and resolutions. Corey is here tonight from the EDC. Mr. Murphy, if you would like to come up tonight and before we go to committee reports.
Thank you, my good sir.
Oh, yeah, right.
We were this kind of blue shirt.
Yeah. It's a great shirt. Look at the shirt.
Need some teachers training on how to pass out papers.
If you don't hurry, I'm gonna move we adjourn before you get.
Can I second it?
Thank you, Corey.
I do need training.
So instead of taking your sleeping medicine, you can just read these handouts. But, these are handouts from our annual meeting. A few of you attended, we appreciate that. I know everybody's busy, you can't always make it, but I wanted to share with you, our update, that we provided at the annual meeting, and then the slides from the guest speaker. And then there were two great articles in the Courier Times as a follow-up to that meeting. But in 2018, we partnered and encouraged almost $8 million worth of investment with 35 retained jobs and 69 announced new jobs. One of those projects is Beacon Industries over on Troy Avenue.
Troy.
Thank you. And then I did a recap from 2014 to 2018, 103 million in private investments and 750 jobs. And those are projects that are under construction. So that doesn't count, say, like the micronutrients project, that we still are optimistic, but they have not turned dirt, so that's not included in that summary. The EPA Brownfield Grant, which you've heard me report on a few times, 20 properties assessed. We've leveraged 126,000 in cleanup funds, and then 1.25 million in private investment. You know, most recently, Mr. Boyles and his partner, Mr. Frost, appeared before the City Redevelopment Commission for the downtown facade grant on a project that probably couldn't occur without the EPA assessment. So we did some brownfield work there to support that transaction, so the rehab could occur. Our entrepreneurship loan fund, $350,000 loaned out to 13 different small businesses. We just applied for more money. We'll probably know in July whether we receive that. That is through the USDA. We asked for $50,000 from USDA to put in our revolving loan fund, and we're matching it out of our budget with $2,500. If it were all paid back without the most recent grant request, our loan fund would be about $150,000. And so we use that to support small businesses. A couple other slides on there are Come Home to Henry County series, where we're highlighting folks that could really live anywhere but have chose to make Henry County their home, and their stories. And then finally, our partnership with the Career Center through the County Redevelopment Commission. We're supporting them at $30,000 a year for 3 years. And one of the first things they did was purchase new equipment for their machine trades class. We applied for so not on the slide, we applied for a grant from the Community Foundation in partnership with the CVB to do what we call a tourism capacity analysis. And so we kicked that off today. We held stakeholder meetings one-on-one, doing some fact-finding to confirm the major tourism anchors in our county. And then once we confirm the list, we're gonna go visit those folks and determine how they market themselves and identify ways to enhance and improve the cross-marketing. The whole goal is to get more people to come to Henry County, get the people that are already here visiting, maybe to do something else while they're here, or return more often. And so we're pleased with some really good meetings today. If you're on Facebook, you saw my picture in front of the new shoe out at Steve Alford Inn. It was complete coincidence, but go Wolfpack. I guess I have to be a Nevada fan now. That was good timing. So we'll wrap that up in August or September, and be anxious to see what recommendations come out of that. There's a lot of opportunity within what I call the visitation economy, or the tourist economy here in our community, and we're trying to leverage that and connect that. I'm going to switch gears for a moment. Happy to answer any questions. I serve on the Board of Aviation Commissioners of the Newcastle Henry County Marlatt Field, and I know Ed is our able secretary of that commission, and he oftentimes includes elected officials on our meeting announcements, and you receive a copy of our minutes. And we're meeting more than once a month right now, and working through some construction issues out at the field. But I feel in the last probably 2 meetings, which really just spans less than 30 days, a plan is coming together, and we'll know a lot more after our May 21st meeting in terms of cost and price on fixing many of the issues out there that have come to light, primarily related to drainage. I feel like at the end of this, I'm going to earn a certificate in drainage. I don't know who's going to issue it, but I will have earned it. But we appreciate the city's support, not only of the Economic Development Corporation, but also the airport. I'm happy to answer any questions on either topic.
Will the tourism capacity analysis also show us some holes where we could be capitalizing, or is that something unrelated?
It should, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Both existing and opportunities.
Okay.
Corey, I just have one comment. It's a comment, not a question. And I'm drawing a blank here with the past EDC directors, but I really appreciate how deep you go in, how great of a job you do, coming to the meetings, letting us know what's going on, when we can't go to meetings and all that, but you do a great job, and I applaud you for everything you do.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Other questions?
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Corey. Thanks, Corey. I also, Sean, do you have anything from the chamber would you like to comment on or let us know about or anything?
Well, one of the things that I've just learned about was that our mayor was at our last chamber board meeting, and they really appreciated, Mayor, the updates that you gave the board. I hope to continue that relationship as our board meeting is coming up this Thursday. As well
I
as
was there, where were you?
I was in Chicago.
Yeah, if you tell me you was watching the Cubs, I don't know if I'll be back.
I was not watching the Cubs. I was busy doing a business fellow with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. But also, we are having a Memorial Day parade, as well as the veterans ceremonies coming together quite nicely. We have about 11 entries in for an essay contest from some of our high school students, so we're looking forward to announcing that winner, as well as to hear from our dignitaries as well at the veterans ceremony, including our mayor as well. So that's all we have right now at the chamber. So thank you.
Thanks, Sean. We'll go to committee reports and turn the floor to Mary.
Okay, I don't have anything tonight except to the police chief. I commend you guys. Everywhere I go, I see a patrol car looking for speeders, or I've seen them all over town. Great job.
Thank you.
Very good. And that's all I have.
Well, on that, you've got one of the signs up at Riley School, one of the speed limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Walker and his guys for helping us out.
And is the second one up yet?
No, we're getting ready to put it up on South 14th Street down around 77th School.
And that's one of my comments, the electronic speed limit sign looks really great. It's very effective and all that stuff.
Yeah, they're really, they give us all the data that comes in about how many speeders or how many people are actually slowing down versus.
Oh, it does all the data too and all that stuff. Does it do license plates and all that? Because some of us might be in trouble.
Takes pictures.
I missed the toll going around.
Take pictures. My shirt's
I
like
was
that.
gonna say, they'll get wrecked.
They do that in Chicago, let me tell you. And the other thing is, I just want to thank all of you and all that. I call you guys and all that. You go out and do what you need to do, and I really appreciate it. And Kenny Dale's not here, but I called him twice in one day of different things, you know. So, hey, I really appreciate that. You guys all do a great job. That's all.
Thank you.
Just want to say we were able to have a really informational meeting with NDOT. I'm not going to say much more than that at this time. Maybe Aaron would want to say something, or you, Mr. Mayor. But it was a conversation that went really well. So,
And nobody even had to yell.
no one yelled. Good conversations.
Went for a drive Sunday afternoon. Was trying to put a kid to sleep, and just noticed a lot of people out working on their yards and their properties and their homes. Just had a Parks Board meeting that just blew me away tonight because of how quickly projects are coming to fruition. City projects are showing great progress. I know a lot of it has to do with weather, but I think key is planning and communication and collaboration, and just hope we keep the momentum up. I just want to thank everybody involved, even especially the citizens, because those little projects like that really shine our sparkle a little bit. That's all I have.
Carrie, I'm so sorry I slighted you. The prettiest of the three. If you would like to come up and say anything, you had anything to
I
report?
thought you did something before.
No,
No, just make sure you get your picture taken at Newcastle Gothic. It's
Okay.
pretty cool. That's a native run. And come to Fourth Fridays, May 24th. It's going to be downtown from Main, on Broad Street from Main to 15th.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're sorry, Carrie.
That's starting May 24th.
Yes.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
Just got a couple things. First thing, most everybody knows that we've been in the finals, or at least we were selected as one of the finalists for a Stellar Grant, and that process now goes on for several months in terms of planning and getting everything in order, making presentations. To me, we had the other day, Corey Murphy was not there, but they said something about you had put on a top hat and tails and dance at the presentation.
It must be true, because you're the fourth person to mention it.
It was brought it up, yeah. I mean, it was brought up quite, everybody seemed to think that was a good idea. But anyway, but the process is going on. I had a meeting at Knightstown last week and had a great turnout for that. It's a combination of Knightstown, Newcastle, and Henry County. All those areas were well represented. They're going to have another meeting in Newcastle Wednesday, but it's just great to see the collaboration. I believe in September they'll break that down into, I think they choose 3 people, and those groups get like around $350,000 to further the planning. And then if you're selected for the Stellar Grant, we're talking millions of dollars. So, I mean, it could bring a lot of good things into Newcastle and Henry County and Knightstown, and that would just be great. Now, my other thing, we're getting to that time of year where we have a lot of, seems like we have a lot of people going door to door. I got at least 3 calls about a particular business, home improvement business going door to door. I think maybe you've been approached, Matt, on that.
Yes.
And I think we need to figure out what can be done. I think, are they supposed to have a permit if they're a business going door to door?
Well, yeah, we have an ordinance on,
Right, I read the ordinance.
and you can't restrict the right of free speech. there's several cases on that where where towns and cities passed ordinances to protect local merchants, and they were stricken down by the courts because that prohibits free trade and the right to advertise and the right to do things like that. But you can create ordinances, and that's what ours was designed to do, to require people to have contact information and things like that, so that if they don't fulfill what they say they're going to do, we know where to go get them or find them.
So they have to come to the building inspector's office and get a
Well,
permit?
My suggestion is that we have the homeowners, we put in the paper that we are aware of this, and we have homeowners do their due diligence and do a background check on these people, make sure that they have their city license and their city permits updated, and, so it's hard to tell somebody they just flat can't go door to door.
Well, I know in one case, an elderly person told me they simply would not leave when they asked them to leave. You know,
Tell them to call 911.
yeah.
Just,
Just wanted to bring that up because I think it's that time of year, and I think people need to know that they don't have to put up with that.
Read our ordinance, go online and read it. If you think it needs to be strengthened or changed, let me know.
Well, I read it, and I don't know for sure how we can change it without penalizing the good people.
That's it. And
You
you
know.
have to be very careful,
Yeah,
because
I
like I
mean,
say, you don't want it to get
Because
stricken
we've got a lot
down.
of people who do it the right way, and I would hate to penalize them.
So, I mean, would that also apply to candidates that are doing door?
No, it doesn't require,
Okay.
it doesn't apply to political speech.
Yeah, okay.
It's people
It's
on
just,
marketing
right.
product.
So, I mean, I don't want to complicate things, and I'm sure there's ways that you could replicate this, but, I mean, I went into the middle school today, and I got a badge, and everybody that saw me knew that I was legitimate. I mean, is that something that our building inspector's office could do when they come get their license? I don't know if that's something worth looking into or not, but then if somebody's knocking on my door and I see that they have, something, that'll make me feel a little better.
I don't know of any other communities that do that.
Right.
I have
That would
to
make it
check. I
pretty
don't know if that would violate the federal law.
Yeah, all right.
Too easy to duplicate.
That's what I was wondering.
The problem is, so many of these companies, they go through all the right steps, but they hire lead generators, and they are subcontracted, and they're very aggressive, they're good at what they do, and they're paid on commissions for leads. So when you talk about the lady that, wouldn't go away, he's trained to stay there to get a lead, so I don't know anything we can do about it, it's annoying, but.
Well, I think we can inform the public and,
Yeah, do that.
I do think the building commissioner's office tells people if they're soliciting door to door that they need to check in with the police department. Because I know we've had people come in
Because
our
they'll
office.
call and they can
we
communicate
send
that
them
it's-
down,
right.
And then they show their credentials at the police department. That way people call in, they can say,
Yeah,
yes, those
they've been
people
vetted.
are going door to
Right.
door.
okay, well,
You have something else, Jerry?
Yeah, I thought Ed may say something about this, but he wanted me to. We're going to be doing a cleanup over at Castle Heights area, 14th, 18th, 8I, or 19th now. So if you have any time that morning from 8 to 12, feel free to join us.
Okay. 14, 18.
and I'm done. Yeah, I was done.
I thought
No,
he was gonna say something about the door to door.
well, that's all right, but I was done. So
So we're starting out.
we got about
Memorial
enough
Park.
mileage on that.
Take that back, Memorial Park in the morning, over there in the afternoon, we changed.
Is that Friday? Is that Friday?
Friday.
We do it every day.
I thought it was the other way around, so,
Anything else?
thanks, thank you.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, I was done.
Okay. Chief? Chief? And Counselor?
Well, I was going to mention Castle Heights, but
See, that's why we make such a good team.
Anything, Greg?
Castle Heights is Friday, nobody said that.
See, they got my back.
Okay.
That's a bodyguard.
Aaron, you asked to talk a little bit about 1400 Plaza.
Yeah.
At this point in time, we are complaining about the weather. I mean, Thursday, we were planning on pouring cement, and that there was calling for 2 inches of rain from noon to midnight, and we got about 15 minutes of sprinkle, but you still can't plan on putting cement down with the forecast like, and it's the same forecast tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday,
Right.
as we had last week, so they're averaging about 2 days a week. At this point in time, we're sneaking up on, it was a $2.26 million project. I'm sorry, $1.266 million project, and we're just a little under $300,000 in the whole overall project that we've paid out so far. The bathrooms are the exterior's completely done. With the roof, we just got to put some soffit and some lighting and finish out the inside. But at this point in time, the bathroom came in at, this is why you guys probably hear me complain about architects and engineers. The bathrooms alone came in, their estimated price was $247,000. And at this point in time, we're gonna finish that bathroom out with 100-year brick, with a certificate behind it. It's gonna have heat and air conditioning. It's gonna have a hose down interior. It's gonna be as nice a bathroom as you've ever seen, for under $40,000. So we're gonna finish out at over $200,000 to the good on just the bathroom. Now, architects and engineers get paid by percentage of the job, so there's a reason why they want a $200,000 bathroom. But we're in really good shape coming in our budget on the bathroom. The inside, the curves of the parking lot itself is just ready to get the final grade, put crushed stone down, and put the bottom coat of asphalt down. I mean, if the forecast was good for the rest of this week, we could just be a week away from having the parking lot itself ready to put the vinyl coat on. So, I am complaining, but this has just been the weather that this has been the winter that just won't give up. I mean, I'm complaining, but I can't imagine what the farmers are going through right now. I mean, literally, our groceries are going to be outrageous this fall. But literally, pouring concrete is about like a farmer. If you can't put concrete on the ground, they can't put seeds in the ground if they can't get the tractors out on it. So we're averaging a couple of days a week of work, but it's what they're doing. It's going good. Can't even get full crews in on it. You work one day and then off the next. But at this point in time, we are under budget, and if we could get a little weather cooperation out, you'd see it a lot more happening a lot quicker. I was hoping that it would be just about done by Memorial Day. That's not going to happen, but if the weather were to cooperate a little bit more, we would have been real close. So that's not deal in. I'll answer any questions that you have on the plaza, but so far we're doing really good.
Appreciate that.
Any other questions or comments? Is there anyone from the public that would like to come forward with anything this evening?
Your Honor, I move we adjourn.